So Lux Cuttings is a parent company or an umbrella company, and we have a couple of trading names or businesses under that, which kind of ties into why we wanted to go with Mintsoft. So we are the oldest hydroponics shop in the Southern Hemisphere. We also do accessories in a particular space for medicinal cannabis. So I have 3 online websites. One is for hydroponics, one is for the medicinal accessories, and then another one is just general accessories. We also have a very large presence on eBay. I actually have 2 eBay stores and an Amazon. We're on the Amazon marketplace, as well as having a 3-story bricks and mortar shop in the middle of Oxford Street in Bondi Junction. So we're online. We are also physical bricks and mortar, and we do marketplaces as well. So look, the main challenges that we had was being that we are in Australia. Australia Post is tricky, and most of the inventory management companies around the globe, the bigger ones, don't want to deal with Australia Post simply because of they're constantly changing their APIs and whatnot. The other issue that challenge that we also had is that eBay Australia and Amazon Australia have slight differences to all the other eBays and Amazons, and those slight differences literally kill everything. So basically, we were having challenges. We could do the inventory management, but we couldn't receive orders. We couldn't push them through to Australia Post. So in essence, we couldn't benefit from the automation that everybody else was benefiting from around the globe. Eventually, we did find a company called Vico, out of the UK, and we worked with them for about 8 years until they decided to no longer support anyone outside the UK and United States. They were bought out by Amazon. Yep. We then migrated, or we found a company called Maripost, which on paper was really, really good, and in practice can do everything that we needed them to do. The only problem is that that company and that platform is more designed for medium to large scale businesses. And what I mean by that, we've got a turnover of about 3 million and we have a staff of about 5. So we're small, but we're not that small. Yep. But we don't have a dedicated IT department. And that software actually does require a full dedicated IT department. It doesn't do anything natively and it doesn't do anything seamlessly. Everything has to have development, API developments. So the experience was really, really good. And you guys, I guess, are going to be dealing with a little bit of a sour taste that a lot of us business owners will have. Look, every time we approach any inventory management system or omni-channels management system, all of them wanted us to do a demo call. Yes. Unfortunately, with literally every single company we went with, if we did a demo call, if we followed up 3 or 4 weeks later, the sales rep that we were dealing with was no longer there. The turnover rate of other companies is astounding. And it's not one of them, it's all of them. The other problem as well is that the sales rep on paper understand what the software does, but in practice don't have a clue. And in practice, they oversell what it can do, which was our experience. Now, Maripost didn't deceive us in any way, but it wasn't as easy. And every single time we challenged them on things that we had been told it can do, it can, with the caveat of lots of extra fees, extra implementations, and nothing was native. When I got on the phone with the sales rep from the Access Group, fortunately, he is local, so I got to meet him in person after a couple of calls, but he seemed to have an understanding of how small business runs and what small business actually needs. I didn't have to school him on what that is, and that was absolute gold. Like, I could say something to him, we need this integration, we did Australia Post. He understood why we needed what we needed. He didn't oversell anything. When he didn't know something, he said, let me get back to you on it. And he seemed to have a clear understanding of most things. And we had a lot of backwards and forwards without having to have scheduled calls. He gave me a mobile number, we texted. It was easy. Compared to everybody else, it was really easy. He then passed me over to a lovely lady who was sort of, I think she was the onboarding team. Okay. She took the time and effort to understand my business, understand what it was that I needed. not telling me what I need to do to be prepared for the migration, but understanding all the things that we need, and then explain to me what is possible and what is not possible, and how we could maybe do things easier. She then handed me over to Ibad, who is absolute gold, who then did the actual onboarding training. And to his credit, I think I was supposed to have 2, maybe 3 calls. We're on call number 7. Simply because there are a few little things we're trying to work out. And a lot of the times it's simply my lack of understanding. He's having to explain things to me multiple times over. He's very, very good at it. He does all the recordings as well. He sends me nice emails afterwards. There's a real, I don't feel pressured. With all the other companies, there was always like, there's a deadline. When you've used your 2 hours, you've used your 2 hours, that's it.
Okay.
Which seems a little bit odd when you're trying to get someone on board to sort of use your system and understand your system. So yeah, you guys are light years ahead in that regard of all of your competitors. But I love the fact that you guys integrate with every single platform natively. Like I can actually go in Shopify, WooCommerce, Amazon AU, eBay AU, like it's all there. I don't have to get APIs. All of the other companies, either if it's WooCommerce, you had to get your own developed API to bridge it, and then you have to update that every 4 to 6 weeks. Or all of the other platforms want to charge you per sales stream, additional sales stream, which seems madness to me, because my business model is sometimes we'll have 7 websites, sometimes we have 3. My team hate me. I walk in some weeks, I'm like, we're doing another website, and everyone just goes, no. Stock management as well. Basically, we wanted something that would control and follow the stock based on SKU across all platforms. Just simple SKU. That's it. Mintsoft just kind of does it. Speak to someone who's done it a few times. Make sure it's something you actually really want to do, because any kind of movement or whatever is painful. It's like moving house, moving business. So look, it's not without frustrations for us moving, but that's simply because we don't understand everything. The best advice I would give is move over to Mintsoft as soon as you can.